Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. There's a lot of talk lately about the world coming to an end in 2012. Ancient Mayan calendars or some such nonsense. There's even a new movie which opens next month about the disaster, and it's fittingly called 2012. But there are a few very serious people who are looking down the road a couple of years and not liking what they're seeing about the American world. They're calling it Obamageddon, the overall impact of Obama's financial and social policies. Obama's policies are being pushed so aggressively that a destabilization has set in from which there's likely no turning back. An $800 billion stimulus package that has produced exactly 0 jobs. A second stimulus plan, this one for $700 billion, is now in the works. The Wall Street bailouts, the auto sector bailout, the gonna-happen takeover of healthcare, complete with abortion coverage, mind you. Add all of this up, and the U.S. government will be in more debt than there is money in the entire world. You heard right, that's not an exaggeration. Economists have calculated the total U.S. government debt is set to exceed $60 trillion, more than all the money in the whole world. Obama and company are printing worthless paper money and driving the value of the dollar even lower. Obamonomics is leading straight to Obamageddon for the U.S. Other countries are heading for the hills because the value of the U.S. dollar is tanking. Last week, news leaked out that the world's major oil producers will no longer use the dollar as the standard for the cost of a barrel of oil. Their reason? The dollar is too weak. In case you haven't noticed, the price of gold keeps setting all-time highs because the dollar is quickly fading. Voices at the UN are now calling for a new global reserve currency to replace the dollar. The World Bank and the International Monetary Fund have each stated publicly that the U.S. shouldn't assume that the dollar will retain its preeminence in the world market. This is how empires collapse. They lose their wealth. And when empires collapse, chaos sets in. Looters loot and killers kill. Think of what you saw when you saw the video from Iraq when Saddam was overthrown. Think about the pictures here stateside when you saw in the aftermath of Katrina. The foundation of America is more than cracked. It's cracked, crumbling, and rotting away. See, societies exist as a very complex set of interactions between economics, laws, traditions, customs, etc. All of these develop from a common view of the world based on accepted morality and religion. It's a nation's morality that ultimately unites it. When the morality is altered over time, the common view no longer remains common. Everything comes up for review. Laws, traditions, economics, cultural mores, everything. Commentators have nicknamed this divide here in the U.S. red state, blue state. The United States no longer exist. There's nothing to unite around. Many Americans today, in fact tens of millions, have a foreboding sense of this but are not really able to put a finger on it, and they're absolutely powerless to prevent it. Too many of our fellow countrymen have been swept away in the delusion that the status quo will always be the status quo. The last great area of any society to feel the full force of a moral downturn is the economy, and we have collectively arrived at that point. The ascent of immoral leaders on the local, state, and national levels is both the cause and effect of the end of the American empire. The oil producers know it, the gold markets know it, the International Monetary Fund knows it, the United Nations knows it, the Chinese know it, the whole world knows it. It's just a little curious that most Americans don't yet know Obamageddon is here. I'm Michael Voris.
Please help us keep delivering these kinds of messages that so desperately need to be heard and acted on. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber. Become immersed in the faith established by Jesus Christ. The Catholic Church is the only hope against evil because that is its God-given mission. As our Lord said, apart from me, you can do nothing. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber and come to learn and love Christ more deeply.